system that will come on in New Brunswick immediately that Hydro-Quebec starts putting energy over it and starts running into problems. If something happens to the system, it can happen at any time, who's going to have the problem? NB Power.
Witness America.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm just wondering if you could expand a little bit more about what you were talking about the interconnection between Quebec and there's not sort of the room on the grid, I guess, to allow for more power to flow through from Quebec to New Brunswick. Am I understanding that right?
What we were saying is that the interconnection a few years back would allow the transfer of 1,000 megawatts over, there's two interconnections, one at Edmonton and one at Eel River. And the changes that have occurred in the load, mainly due to the shutdown of the major pulp and paper companies that were up there, and what's been happening in northern Maine, which is also a part of that. The information that I've been given is as a result of those electricity flows, and Frank knows all about that, I shouldn't be answering it, but that it's only 850 megawatts that can be effectively transferred over the interconnections now, and that it's practical to deliver about 6.5 terawatt hours over there, not anymore.
Just to give you, just to put that in a little bit of perspective and go back and restate what Bob said a little while ago. Hydro generates 33.1 terawatt hours. Nuclear generates 4.7. Coal 3.1, or a total of 10. The electrical load is 14, so this leaves 3.1 to be provided by oil. But since Point Lepreau is down, there's another 4.7 that has to be supplied. Now that means the total that has to be supplied from oil is 7.8 terawatt hours. But the limit on the tie is only 6.5. So, well, we can't get there from here.
I'm just wondering if you could go over the Premier's been speaking. He's been naming four main points: control, rates, debt, and green. Your group has come up with something. I wonder if you could just state your reaction to his statements.
In our letter to the Premier, we actually addressed each one of those things, and what the letter says is that talking about control first, we say that the NB Power served as the implementer of energy policy, and at times of economic policy there will be similar opportunities in the future, but if you've lost control, you've lost that. We also point out that with the well, you want to know about the green thing, yeah. From the green standpoint, we certainly want to maintain all of the energy flows that we can that are reliable and economic from every source we can. And the advantage we have now of getting a long-term, similar to the one Frank did back in the 1970s, a long-term agreement with Quebec is to get that as much energy as we can. There's two things that will affect that. Not only the limits of the system to do it, but whether or not it's in Quebec's best interest to provide that energy over that system. They have decided since 1976, that it would be an at-will connection, and they would provide as much power as they wanted, as long as they couldn't sell it someplace else at a better price. And the price that we are paying right now for the replacement of the Lepreau energy cost is being priced at the system rates. It's not being priced at 7.35 cents or any lower figure. It's being priced at what the hourly rates on the system say that you've got to pay. And that is not as good as having a long-term contract. If you are a producer of pulp and paper, for example, you can either elect to sell your paper at what the market price is today, or you can have some long-term contracts at a stated price which give you a good base of operation and a good base of income. Electricity is pretty much the same way. And if the Hydro-Quebec contracts for a good long-term rate, because their financiers want to always be confident as to where the income is going to come from, it's in their interest to sometimes have long-term contracts for a base load, go to the market for the balance that they've got available, and to operate that way.